Today I am celebrating RFK Jr., a man who I only became familiar with since probably 2020 because of his amazing work with the Children's Health Defence. He has worked tirelessly for years, first of all pursuing environmental issues that were having really serious effects on public health, as well as the health of all other living beings that were being affected by the thoughtless waste of industry. And it's funny because nowadays so many of the people that are opposing RFK and think he's a despicable character are themselves environmentalists, and should have at least some awareness of the incredible work that he did to prevent companies from what they consider just to be financial externalities. The idea of an externality in business is that it's a cost that can be absorbed outside of the business. It doesn't have to be absorbed by the business itself. So, for example, dumping toxic materials into a lake is not a cost that is borne by the company, but by the environment and the people that live outside it. And he has done everything that he can to try and prevent companies from carrying on with this kind of externality, this kind of way of distributing the costs of their business to the wider community. And basically not taking responsibility for the things that they are doing in order to make a profit. So he's been a warrior for ethical enterprise for a long time, and his work in that area took him into the realm of pharmaceutical companies and holding them to account for the damage that they were causing. And he's a trained lawyer and has a team of people that have been working with him for years and very effectively holding corporations to account for the absolutely disgusting abuses of their of the people who have. That's the funny thing, is the abuses take so many different forms, from taking advantage of people that participated in their studies, from manipulating data to concealing data, to manipulating the legal system and politicians to give them protections for things that they should never have been protected from. And obviously the most recent one is the effect of vaccine damage that has really caused him to have such a incredible he has been the victim of such abuse in recent years. His name has been sullied for what is ultimately standing up for the rights of people who otherwise would have no voice to speak for them. The power of corporations to be able to wield their financial muscle without fear of any kind of recrimination whatsoever is exactly the reason that someone like RFK feels so deeply moved to do the work that he does. And now, through the last few years of then putting himself in the political ring and then finding himself silenced as an independent, incapable of making any difference, and then to find himself becoming part of the Trump administration, I think was something that he could never have predicted or would have imagined in recent years. And yet now here he stands about to accept the mantle of the head of the health department in the United States, and finally in a position, or very soon to be in a position, to hold some of these agencies to account with the power to really make a difference. I see him as an admirable character on so many fronts. He's someone who's got a personal history of having to deal with addiction, which is obviously going to give him enormous empathy when it comes to the matters of personal suffering and overcoming such challenges in life. He has personal experience of what it is to live a healthy life and having to get oneself out of a hole of not looking after oneself to get oneself back to a sense of a truly healthy and happy human being. He's someone who's discovered a faith during the course of his lifetime. Not that I'm necessarily saying that that's something to admire someone for, but again, it connects him to a great many people. And I really just can't say enough about the man. You know, long before him arriving on the political front, he is someone who has been doing really positive work for the benefit of humanity for a very long time. I find it remarkable that he is maligned in the way that he is. So today I just want to take a moment to celebrate the presence of RFK Jr., someone who, you know, especially considering his family background, having an uncle and goodness, was it a father that have both been assassinated in the course of following a political career. To know that and to then continue to pursue such a line of work because you feel that it's your calling to make a difference, I just think is absolutely astounding. It really shows that when someone is on their path and really believes in what they're doing, they will be willing to do that in the face of great odds. It takes enormous courage, but maybe that courage isn't so important when you just feel it's the thing that you couldn't not do. So today, a moment of respect to appreciate RFK Jr.